What's up YouTube, this is G the Barber, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a mid fade with a comb over style on top. Alright, so to begin the cut I'm going to be using my JRL trimmers, and I'm going to be setting in my bald line. Now that I have my bald line set in, I'm going to take my JRL clippers and going in with no guard all the way open, I'm going to create about an inch guideline. Once I got my guideline set in, I'm going to go in with a 3 guard and I'm going to debulk. And shout out to JRL for keeping me laced up with the clippers. Y'all go check them out. They're quiet, they stay cool, and battery on them lasts pretty good. Alright, now after I've debulked with the 3, I'm going to go in with the 1.5 guard closed, and we're going to make another guideline. And keep in mind, when you're putting in these guidelines, you're riding the side of the head. You're not digging in to create harsh lines. Just ride the head and give it a gliding motion. That way it's not so hard to take your lines out whenever it comes time to. So guys, as you can see, I didn't take off the 1.5 guard. I just opened up the lever and flicked into the 3 guard. The 1.5 flicks perfectly into the 3 guard. And thank you guys for coming and supporting my page if you are watching right now. I should have started this a long time ago, but you know, I feel like it's time to finally give back and let you guys know how I do my steps so that way you guys can achieve the same blurry blends. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my 1/2 guard or 1/16 and I'm gonna open the lever and I'm gonna take out the line that I created with the 1.5 closed. And as you can see, the 1/2 guard blends perfectly into the 1.5 closed. I skipped the 1 guard completely. And guys, I'm fading down. So when you fade down, remember to keep in mind the lower you get, you need to close your lever up. And be sure to use the corners of your blades whenever you're blending. It helps get those hard to reach spaces that you can't get with the blade flat. Okay, now moving on to the last line, the bald line. I'm gonna go in with my clipper closed and I'm gonna come up just a little bit at a time. And as I come up higher, I'm gonna open my guard up a little more. Sometimes you have to play with the lever a little bit, close it up, open it, closing it up again, but it's all in the details, and the more detail you get, the more blurrier your fade will come out. And guys, don't get discouraged. This takes time. Your barber eye needs to grow. Once your barber eye grows, you'll be able to see more things that you didn't see the last time. So this is a technique that I like to use just to get more in depth with detailing. Take your thinning shears and just sort of pick at those little dark areas that you see. Like I said guys, the more detailed you get, the more blurrier your fade will get, so there's really no such thing as too much detail. So now coming back with my trimmers, I'm going to clean up the hair that I left on the bottom. Alright, so the last transition in this blend is going to be with my shaver. I'm going to go in and I'm going to use just a single part to go right above the ear. That way I don't nick or irritate the top of his ear. And I'm going to use a flicking motion when coming up towards the line that I put in with my trimmer. So I like to blend the back of the head last. I feel like it helps keep the fade more balanced around the head. And as you can see, I use the same steps that I do for the sides of the head. And remember guys, there's no right or wrong way to fade. The only thing that matters is the end result. These are just some simple steps that I use to achieve my blends. Alright, so finishing up the fade, we're going to be taking out that bottom line. And as you can see, it comes out pretty effortlessly. Alright guys, so a big thing to keep in mind when you're doing shear work is you want to make sure that you keep the client's hair saturated with enough water, so that way you can get a good grasp of the hair whenever you're going to cut it. So before you start cutting, you want to comb the hair out into its natural form. And then I like to start by creating a section down the middle, and I'm going to use that as my guideline. And guys, if you're just now learning shears, be careful not to nick your fingers. It's going to happen, but do as much as you can to prevent it, because it does hurt. So after I've created that initial guideline down the middle, I'm going to follow it up with the rest of the hair. Alright guys, so that about wraps up the cut. Let's take a look at the before. And the after. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope my steps helped y'all. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos.